Hello everyone, and this is Zidam Astrology, bringing to you my transit series, my continuing transit series from Vedic Astrology for a brighter day to guide you over the sea of life. Rahu and Ketu's axis remains in Akal Amrita Yoga for the period March 23rd to April 5th, 2022. This is my continuing transit series. For those of you familiar with my videos, this slide would need no further explanation, but I've just left it here for any new viewers or subscribers to understand the terminologies that I use in Vedic astrology. It's just a division of skies into the signs, which are the rasis, the nakshatras, the stars, and the paras. So this is that explanation for you, which you can find details on in previous videos on the nakshatra and transit series from Zidam Astrology. Okay, the transit of the grahas starting with March 23rd, 2022. And here we continue to have the Kal Amrita Yoga with Ketu and Rahu, right, where all the planets are on the left of Ketu and Rahu in this chart. So that brings us Kal Amrita Yoga. We have a stellium here with Venus, Mars, and Saturn. Venus and Mars are currently in Shravana Nakshatra. Saturn is in Dhanishta. So Venus and Mars are there, where Mars is actually creeping towards his highest point of exaltation at 28 degrees Capricorn. So Mars is currently at 19 and Venus is at 23. They're no longer at war, but they're still influencing each other in the stellium in Capricorn. We have Sun and the ascendant in Pisces. Sun is at 9 degrees Pisces and the ascendant at 6. We also have the Aura Lagna here, which is at 3 degrees Pisces. So probably what you are thinking about more likely is your finances and how things are going with you in terms of the stability of your finances. But there are a lot of secrets in Pisces, so that you need to probably just have a heads up in what is your finances and your financial situation at this point in time. In Aquarius, however, we have Jupiter, Mercury in Aquarius, and Jupiter here is at 26 degrees Aquarius and Mercury is at 29 degrees Aquarius. But we also have the Aruda Lagna, the Gati Lagna, and the Shri Lagna in Aquarius. And this can tell us what our minds or speech may want to be about. And in terms of Mercury, Mercury is at 29 degrees Aquarius. And we have the Gati Lagna at 24 degrees Aquarius. And the Gati Lagna is that self who is you that handles influence and authority over others. So that your speech may be a little, egotistic, a little lordly, a little, rough maybe, based on the proximity of the Gati Lagna to Mercury. But Jupiter is there in his wisdom in Aquarius, and he is quite close. He's 26 degrees Aquarius, and he's also there. So he might lend some of his wisdom and learning through your speech in this period, because Mercury is there quite close to him, and he can give his wisdom and shed his influence through his teachings and his behavior as the guru of the gods. The Shri Lagna is also there at 13 degrees Aquarius, and the Shri Lagna speaks to your material gain and your attitude towards it. So that you, again, just like in Sun, you may be thinking about your material resources and how you can expand it, because remember, Jupiter is all about expansion. Jupiter is about abundance, fortune, luck. So you may look at yourself, and others may see that, you know, you have this wisdom, you have this clarity of thought and speech. The learning from the guru is coming through from you for this period, so that what you might want to say for this period beginning March 23rd would be given in the correct respect that you want it to be given. It might be that what you want to say will be said particularly well, so that people will understand really what you are trying to do or give to them for the period. So this is just that analysis of the transit of the grahas beginning March 23rd, 2022. Righty then, we have come to the tarot spread for the period March 23rd to April 5th, and as you know, these videos are to show the random selection of the tarot spread. I will always have this video to show you how the cards are selected and not chosen. So let us cut the pack and see what the tetractys spread is going to bring for us for the period March 23rd to April 5th. And our first card, let us sort this out. Our first card is going to be the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. So that is the premise or the foundation of this spread. The next card, we get the Moon. The Moon. The third card, we get the Ace of Cups. So are we thinking new with our minds? We'll see. The next card we have here is the 7 of Cups, and then the 10 of Cups. So a lot of emotions, a lot of secrets, a lot of depth. This is what we have, the Page of Wands. So do we want action about our emotions, or are we going to stay quiet? This is the 5 of Swords, and that card keeps coming up all the time. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. And then we have the Empress. And let's see, the final card for the tetractys spread is the 2 of Pentacles. And the 2 of Pentacles was the first card in our last reading. So it's now the last card in this reading. Does that mean anything? Well, we'll find out when we do the analysis with the transit of the grahas. We are going to choose the chakra wisdom now. And as you can see, I've just reshuffled and given you a different routine. Rather than bring the tetractys spread at the end, I've bring it to the front, so it's at the forefront. Now we know what the spread is. Let's see what the energies are with the chakra wisdom. And we have isolation. Isolation represented through the Vishuddha or throat chakra. Very interesting. So let us see what is the graha or the planet that is going to be giving us the energy or asking us to focus on him for this period. And that energy will be coming from, let's see, that energy will be from the North Node, Rahu, the North Node. So that energy is coming through from the North Node, which is Rahu, and Rahu is at, I believe, 0 degrees Taurus at this point in time. So we'll find out what does that mean. And here we have Prithvi, or the earth, as the element. So a very grounded, stable, reliable but stubborn element we're getting with Rahu and isolation. Let us see the bhava now, or the house that we should be concentrating on, or that these energies may be flowing through for the period March 23rd to April 5th. And that bhava is, let's see, that bhava is the second bhava, all about our landed assets, speech, family, early education. So what is really going on here for this period? So we'll find out. The deity, I seem to be getting accustomed to the cards. They're all over, you know, but I seem to be having a better time with these cards and just shuffling it, making sure that, you know, they're not stuck together. And let us see what the deity is, or who is the deity to guide us and to bless us and to give us direction for this period. And that deity is, let's see, that deity is Balaram. So we have loyalty, service, protection, wealth. Let us see what this is going to bring for us for the period March 23rd to April 5th. Alright, let us see how this tetractys spread is going to clarify the transit of the grahas for the period March 23rd to April 5th. And the premise or the foundation of the tetractys spread for this period is the Ten of Wands. And what does the Ten of Wands tell us? The Ten of Wands tells us that we have a burden, we have problems, we have responsibilities, you know, that we seem to be under considerable stretch, and we probably also need to look beyond the challenges and disappointments to understand that we are carrying our harvest. We have planted the fields and we have harvested what we have planted. We have reaped what we have sown, and we are heading to our destination. We're not there yet, but we are near. So it shows that, you know, you have finished the hardest part. And how does this Ten of Wands speak to the transit of the graha? Recall that we have in our minds in Capricorn Venus, Mars and Saturn. And Mars is all about action. Saturn is all about discipline and working, you know, working and underscoring hard work and discipline. Venus is all about beauty. So you may want to have the good things in life. You may want to have all the art and the culture and the music and the dance and the drama, all the jewelry, all the assets, all the vehicles, the house, the land. But you know what? Mars is telling you, hear what? You need to do some physical work for this, because I am the commander-in-chief and you're not going to get it just like that. And remember, Mars is closing towards his exaltation point in Capricorn, and Saturn is there, and Saturn owns Capricorn. So Saturn is also telling you, you can't get the rewards without hard work. And the Ten of Wands here is giving that support to Saturn and Mars. You have done the hard work, put your head down, move forward, understand that the hardest part is completed though, and that you have the harvest on your back. You have a burden, yes, but it's only for so much longer. It's not for all times. So that while you might be under stress, you know, this represents a situation that started off as a good idea, but it now signifies responsibility and being overburdened a little bit. But the journey is near its end, and your struggle in life is near to an end, and you will find that place to relax and revel in your success. So this is the conjunction, this is the alignment of the premise of the Ten of Wands to Venus, Mars and Saturn in Capricorn in the transit of the graha. Right, the essential principles that are guiding us for this period is the dark and light forces. And what do we have as the consequences of the state of being in the cosmic forces, you know, that comes to us? What is the consequences or the reaction of the cosmic to us? And that reaction is the moon. And the moon is all about secret enemies, about your mental being, about you overthinking things. And the moon is a card that has an association with Jupiter. And Jupiter is there in Aquarius with Mercury and all the lagnas, as we see, the Gati lagna, the Aruda lagna and the Shri lagna. And I went through, you know, the authority, the ego, the finances and yourself. So is it you're thinking about those things? That is the burden that you're carrying, you know, that is the cosmic reaction to your state of being, is You are your own secret enemy. This is what the cosmic dark is telling you, that the consequences of you overthinking things and you being your worst enemy is that you are stressing yourself out, and what is the light forces? The light forces tells you what is the conflict that you have, and the Ace of Cups hold that conflict. What are the forces guiding you? And the forces guiding you is growth and rebirth. It's abundance of emotions. It is that you are open to giving and receiving. So Jupiter is there trying to give you advice. Mercury is in a good position to take that expansion and make you, or allow you to say the right thing at the right time to the right person, so that your finances are secured, your way of life, your assets are secured, you are secured. It's just that you are bringing this burden on yourself because your head is down, it is not looking forward. So the cosmic forces, dark and light, are the moon and the Ace of Cups. The spiritual forces guiding us here for this period, March 23rd to April 5th, speaks to Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu and Lord Brahma. So these are the destructive, the sustenance and the creative forces that are guiding us. And in the destroyer position, we have the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is what needs to be removed to move forward. And when they say what needs to be removed is your self interest, your self-examination. How do you go about looking at things? What is your emotional need? And Jupiter tells us that our need right now is all about our finances in Aquarius. Jupiter tells us that, we want to have the good things in life. We want that expansion of the wealth. But Mars in Capricorn tells us that we have to work for it. And Venus is there with Mars in Capricorn trying to give us those things. But Mars is a little bit stronger at this point in time because the cards tells us that. It came through with the Ten of Wands that Mars wants us to do that work. We can't expect rewards without work. So the Seven of Cups here tell us, take a look at ourselves. Self-examine our emotional needs, self-examine our mental needs that we want to throw about with the moon, because the moon right now, recall that the moon is with Ketu in Scorpio, and Scorpio is all about secrets, about the occult, about transformation, about things that could happen suddenly. So are you going to suddenly change your mind about your emotions, or is your emotion overwhelming you? All the Seven of Cups are there. You have your hand on your chin. You are looking at this dragon, this Komodo, this lizard, trying to eat up the snakes around you. Are those your secret enemies? What is the Guru Jupiter trying to tell you? What is Lord Shiva trying to tell you? What do you have to remove in your life to move forward? Is it your emotional needs, or is it your mental capacity that you are stressing out over? And then we have Lord Vishnu, and it's beautiful. It's the Ten of Cups. It's all about family, gathering, celebration, success. This is what we need to sustain us, and we have it. We are there relaxing. And remember, the Ten of Wands, which is the premise of this card, which is aligned to Venus, Mars and Saturn in Capricorn, tells us that we are going to revel in our success. We are going to relax. And here is the Ten of Cups with Lord Vishnu as the sustainer, telling us, what helps you to maintain a balanced life. Relaxation. You have done the work. Gentleman is relaxing in the arms of his loved one, or likewise the lady is relaxing in the arms of her loved one. So the cards it's telling you, relax. Don't let the chaotic stellium in Capricorn, or the expansion and judgments coming from Jupiter and Mercury with your speech, don't let it give you stress. Don't be overburdened that you feel that you have to say something. take that time to revel and relax. And what does the Creator tell us? The Creator tells us the Page of Wands is there, that it will explore, it will drive us in a new direction. We need to be open-minded. Our curiousness, our interest, our charisma, our courageousness, our bravery, our passion, it's going to be intense. But the world is there opening up in front of us. We are relaxed now. We have that sword in our hands. We have that rod in our hands that will take us to where we want to go. It will clear the path for us. We need to be free thinking. Think outside the box so that you would explore or be driven in a new direction. We come to the material resources of this reading. And what is the material resources deal for us at this time? And recall that Jupiter and Mercury is in Aquarius, Venus, Mars and Saturn is in Capricorn, Ketu is in Scorpio, Rahu is in Taurus, and Moon is with Ketu in Capricorn. So that how are we coping with everyday life? And the Five of Swords is that card. And now the Five of Swords is there in contemplation. We have gained a victory over something. And we are feeling that, okay, have we lost or have we won? But you know what? This is the time for a little bit of ego. We have been quiet for a long time. We have been quiet about our successes. We have been quiet about our victories. And, people have not recognized our worth. And we are something good, and this is how we cope with everyday life at this point in time. And understand that you can pat yourself on the back a little bit. Don't stress yourself out. Cope with it as you see fit. And if it is a little bit of ego, then hear what? Go right ahead. Be egotistical at this period in time. You deserved it. You worked for it, and it's yours. And then we have the Water. How do you explore your emotion? And the Knight of Pentacles again. The Knight of Pentacles is all about your material resources, about victory, about success, about messages coming to you about money. It is stability, financial rewards. So your emotional stress shouldn't be there, because this is the message here, that the material resources are there for you within your emotions, even within your emotions. And then we have the Empress. And the Empress is all about current strategies and thoughts concerning goals. And the Empress depicts a strong woman who is all about love, who is all about abundance, who is all about growth, who's all about fertility. So things are happening, things are fertile for us. The ground is fertile for us right now to probably go in a new direction, like the Page of Wands, like Lord Brahma wants us to go. And probably this is the advice coming from Guru, from Jupiter in Aquarius. He wants to expand our direction. He doesn't want us to stay stagnant like the Ten of Wands. He wants us to move forward. Lift your head and be strong, because you are strong. And then we have your creative force, your will, your ambition, which is the Two of Pentacles, telling us that you are juggling finances, but you know your mind. You know what choice you have to make, because the Five of Swords tells you be a little egotistical this time. The Knight of Pentacles tells you that yes, you're a little bit emotional about your victories and your successes. It hasn't been, rained upon your parade, as they say, but the Empress is there telling you you are strong and you are going to get through this. So that let us align these cards to Venus again, to Jupiter. Rahu is there. It's no longer an illusion. Rahu is all about your resources now in Taurus. And it's there nearly at 0 degrees. So, that strong position. Rahu is telling you the strategies are there. Mars is telling you you have the physical ability to promote your strategy, produce your strategies, and gain something from it. The Ten of Cups is telling you that you are going to revel and relax in your successes for this period. So the cards are aligning to the transit of the Graha, and let us see how it ends for us. These are the first two energies, the North Node and Balaram. And the North Node, Rahu, started off at 0 degrees Taurus on March 23rd. We'll see where he's at on the 5th of April. But right now, the North Node, Rahu, is telling us, have faith. in ourselves. Do not worry about our resources, because Taurus is all about the resources, our material world. And now is the time to enjoy and relax, because we are benefiting and getting successes from what we have sown. We are reaping the rewards, and Balaram is there as wielder of the plow. Balaram is telling us that we have worked hard, we have planted, and we have harvested. Remember, the Ten of Wands also tells us that we are now carrying what we have harvested, and it will be a burden if it's negative, but it will be a revelation and a success if it is positive. So the energies of the cards are aligning with what Jupiter wants to give us, what Venus wants to give us, so that Capricorn and Aquarius are there right now, Saturn owned. And Saturn, remember, Saturn is all about hard work and discipline. So the cards here, the energies are aligning and supporting us in our quest for success. The next three cards will tell us again about the energies. And first we had isolation. And isolation doesn't mean that you are isolated. Isolation means that you yourself have put yourself in a lonely place. You don't want to see anybody, you don't want to go anywhere. The tuxedo is there, but you don't want to wear it to go out. You have it there hanging in the closet because you have made the choice to isolate yourself. But it's telling you that this is a Vishuddha chakra, which is the throat, which is communication, which is Mercury. But Mercury is there in Aquarius right now, in that creative arena, where you need to make choices, where you need to think outside the box, where you can be the Page of Wands because you are master of all you survey. So don't isolate yourself. Enjoy yourself because you have worked hard. The second house is, patiently you have waited for what you wanted. You get what you need. Remember, the Ten of Wands also said that your destination isn't complete, but it's near. So lift your head up and look. So it's all being aligned, and Earth is all about your resources. Earth is all about stability, reliability, stubbornness at times. So don't be stubborn and isolate yourself. Your burden is there. Yes, it's there. You have to carry it. There is no choice about it, but you can do it. You can do it because the Empress is giving you that strength. The Empress is telling you you have the strength, you have the ability. Abundance is there for you. Work with your spiritual guru. The final period is here for March 23rd to April 5th. And this is the transit on April 5th with the Grahas. And we see Rahu and Ketu here still with the Kal Amrita Yoga. But we see that Venus has moved to join Jupiter in Aquarius. But Mercury has gone up to Pisces to be with Sun, and Mercury here is combust because Mercury and Sun are just 3 degrees apart. So Mercury is combust, and it just tells you beginning April 5th you might need to be a little silent. While for the previous period, the communication was good, right now it may not be good. It may bring out emotions that are not required or relied upon for this period. Saturn and Mars are still in Capricorn. Saturn is at 29 Capricorn, likewise with Mars. So they are at a planetary war. But Mars here is exalted 1 degree at 28 degrees. But it's Saturn's house. So who is the stronger in your chart? They will win the war. Even though it is Mars' house here, the planetary war between Saturn and Mars might be, it might align, because remember, Mars is all about doing things quickly, but Saturn is about taking your time and doing the right thing at the right time. But it's about a physical, it's about action, it's about discipline and productivity. So there may be some alignment, but it's going to be a little difficult. So that is at the ending of the period. So that, yes, you've worked for it, but you might have to work a little more. Remember, you have not reached your destination yet. You have not reached your destination. So that you would need to just take that little extra step with Mars and Saturn here in a planetary war, but Venus has moved on with Jupiter, and Jupiter is going to expand the beauties and the luxuries that Venus wants to give you. So you may have that, but you might still have a little work to do. So that let us understand that things have changed a little bit at the end, and we have to be careful about our speech, but we're still going to have some glorious successes. We're going to have a good time. We're going to revel. So be happy, be brave. This is just a friendly reminder to visit ZeeDomAstrology.com. Send me a message at zeta55@outlook.com. Share, subscribe, sign up so that we can all grow and learn together. Vedic astrology, you will get your Patra readings, your tarot spread, your runes, your chakras, and your crystals included in the reports of your Kundali and birth chart. As always, I cannot do this without Bhagwan's blessings, and I ask that you be guided accordingly and understand the messages that are coming to you. I am just a messenger. Let us help each other in this time of need and understand that we have choices to make about ourselves to keep ourselves happy, healthy, and safe. Until next time, see you. Bye.